The alpha for Vanguard Champion Hill ended Sunday, so 2 days ago from this video was uploaded. I meant to upload this video yesterday, but unfortunately I just had some technical issues. But let's go ahead and get into it. So, I thought that the mode Champion Hill was a lot of fun. I definitely think there's some tweaking that needs to be done. Obviously that's the point of an alpha, and it'll be further tweaked after the beta. But overall the mode was really fun. I think there needs to be some kind of objective, or some kind of penalty for camping. Or you'd be exposed and respawn, something to prevent camping in this mode. Especially when lives got low, people tended to camp. I noticed it more in 2v2 than 3v3. But other than the camping issue, the mode played out really fun. There was some pros, there were some cons. Obviously, like I said, that's what the alpha's for, and even further, that's what the beta's going to be for. But I did enjoy this game mode a lot. I think it's a nice mix-up to the normal multiplayer mode. I definitely will still focus more on Warzone when Vanguard comes out, but this definitely was a good change-up as opposed to the normal 6v6 arena mode or gunfight, whatever. This is definitely a fun mode, especially if you're into the multiplayer. But we'll go ahead and get into some pros, and then we'll get into some cons that I felt after playing this for 3 days. Some pros, like I said, the maps were fun. I thought the maps, I liked the door element that was in Modern Warfare. The maps were fun. I thought they were a good mix between the 4 different maps of how the maps played out. That was definitely a lot of fun to me. Besides that, I thought it was nice to see the change up of ghosts needing movement, or else you do show up on radar, which is definitely true. If you played it and you bought a spy plane, the people who weren't moving definitely did show up until they started moving. I did notice them showing up and disappearing, so that mechanic worked well, and I do like that mechanic. I like that the mounting movement and the blind fire aren't really overpowered. I know when that was teased, people were afraid that that was going to be overpowered, and luckily that turned out to not be the case. It turns out that those weren't even really used much. I didn't see anybody using them against me. I never used them. I didn't find them useful in this mode. Maybe it'll be different in 6v6. I did like that if you ran out of ammo completely, if you only had a couple bullets, this didn't happen, but if you ran out of ammo completely, you did actually get auto-reloaded without even an animation, which was nice, so you don't accidentally run into a gunfight without having any kind of ammo. Other than that, there wasn't anything major that were pros for me. Like I said, the main pro is that this is a fun mode, that's the point, and this is alpha, so the list of cons usually is going to be bigger. But we can go ahead and get into the cons. The cons, the biggest one I felt was the TTK was a little too fast, especially when you consider how slow the healing is. I think in a mode like this, especially if it's going to play out this campy, the TTK does need to be higher, which is a problem in Warzone, other Call of Duty multiplayers. But I thought it was a little too fast, especially for how campy it is. You didn't have a lot of time to react if you got caught in the open by a good opponent. You just die. So I definitely thought that wasn't great. And along those lines, when you are damaged, you don't really see very well. I know that was one of the things they addressed. There's a handful of things that they addressed, or that Sledgehammer put out and addressed and said they were already working on, and that was the biggest one. I forget what the other ones were. They tweeted it out. I'll link that. I'll go find that tweet if I can, and I will link it below. Some other things is, I felt the hit reg was a little iffy. Now, that could have been just the internet connection I have. I did get a lot of orange boxes. That could have just been servers, because maybe they don't have the servers set up the way they wanted for this. I did notice that there was hit reg issues on my end, but I'm the only one that I've seen really complaining about that, so I'm not too concerned with that. Another big one is there's no scoreboard. You couldn't hit, you know, like the back button if you're on Xbox and see a scoreboard like you can in other Call of Duty. I'm sure that's coming in the beta even, and definitely it's going to come in the full game because that's an essential part of every mode of Call of Duty. But that was unfortunate. Another thing was the HUD. There's no health indicator. There's an armor indicator, but there's no prompt for adding armor. And when you run out of armor, I think that, yeah, the indicator goes away and doesn't show you're empty. It's just a little thing that would be nice to show, like in Warzone when you have the health bar and you have the armor bars to show. Pinging's a big one. This mode requires a lot of comms, and like I didn't have any friends who were really into playing this or weren't on PlayStation, so there wasn't a lot of comms, and pinging would have been huge both on my end and their end. I definitely think that's important. And then just a couple of things. I think like the flame nog, or whatever, the flame nog is too easy to buy. In the last 2 games I played on this, I got it in both games after, like, during the first buy round, like you're seeing here, I got it in both games. and it's just really easy to kill people with. The range on the flame is ridiculous, and it's very hard to kill the flame knot, just like a juggernaut in any game. So I do think that's an issue. I thought the special rounds were too strong. The incendiary and the FMJ rounds, which you unlock by upgrading your weapon, those were way too strong. It seemed like FMJ could go through a mountain, and the incendiary rounds killed you just about instantly, especially with like one headshot mixed in there. And then the aim assist was definitely broken. It worked through cover, especially the destructible cover, as well as the enemy indicators. They also showed clearly through the cover, and that was not good for the game as well either. It was too easy to see where people were and track them through cover. And you saw earlier, if you're paying attention to the background, I used that. I jumped right around a wall and killed somebody. Like I said, I know the list of cons is going to be bigger. The list of pros will probably grow, and the list of cons will shrink as the beta comes out, and then as the full game comes out. There'll never not be cons, and there'll always be pros. But these are just my thoughts on the Champion Hill mode and what I've gotten from Vanguard so far. I know some people said the movement felt clunky. I didn't find it to be all too bad. Not much worse than Modern Warfare. Like, clearly alpha movement, but not something I thought was worth mentioning as a con, because, you know, that'll get cleaned up, and there's just a little tweaking to do. But I do think the mode's fun. I look forward to trying the mode in the beta and in the full game as well. I do look forward to it. I do still like multiplayer, even though I mostly play Warzone, and I really only cover Warzone on this channel when it comes to Call of Duty. But I definitely can see myself playing this mode. I'm excited for the beta. But if this video was helpful for you, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more. I will have that tweet, if I can find it, linked down below, as well as my social media, so please feel free to visit those. And otherwise, I will see you in the Vanguard beta. Have a good day. Get frying. Bye.
You got 10 seconds! You got 5 lives left! That's it! Take their lives! Team easy. Struggle's over. Take a minute. Only 4 lives left. You got 10 seconds! That's it! Take their lives! Well, here's your chance to resupply. You got 10 seconds! stock up. Only 10 seconds left. Lives, you! 1 life left to live. Make it count. Destroyed